Chair, meron lang po akong gustong liwanagin na aming mahal na kalihim. Yun lamang pong sinabi po ng ating mahal na Pangulo, yung pong kanyang nasabi sa India, yun po ay patungkol lamang doon sa ating mga OFW po ba? Yun lamang po, ano, kaya siya nakapagsalita po ng ganun.
Opo.
Opo, yun lang, gusto ko lamang pong linawin.
Yes,
Opo,
Mr.
dahil,
Senator.
dahil sa mga Pilipino doon. Pag
Dalawa
nadam,
yung
opo.
kanyang points na ni-raise eh. The proximity, yung kalapitan natin dito sa Taiwan at almost 200,000 Filipinos na kailangan nating isipin.
Meron na po kanina nabanggit po ng ating Madam Chair na meron na raw po ba kayong naisip na paraan kung para sila ay kung halimbawa po nagkaroon ng kaguluhan, sila po ay maibalik kaagad dito sa Pilipinas. Meron na po tayong ganung plano.
Ang dami-dami po nun, 180,000 paano nga iuwi lahat
Actually,
yan?
Madam Chair, Senator Padilla, you'll be surprised but we have been talking since early this year for a contingency plan. Meron po. Of course, kasama po namin ang mga security agencies. Hindi namin magagawa yan.
Pero
meron po.
napakarami, wala naman tayong ganyang kadaming barko.
Pero meron talagang marami din silang alam na paraan at nagtulungan lang kami.
Nakakatuwa nga, may minsan na may nag-alok, nagmamagandang loob yung mga Amerikano na sila daw mag-uwi. Eh sabi ko, naku, wag naman, baka banatan yan. Mas lalo madidisgrasya yung mga yan. Yun nga, yun ang question ko. I'm also concerned because there are so many, ano? At talagang saan pupunta yan? Halimbawa, hindi na kaya ng Batanes, Cagayan, Ilocos Norte. Hindi namin kaya 180,000, kaliliit na probinsya.
Your Honor, kung pwede po na, masasagot po namin yan pero pwede po bang sa executive session?
All right. So, ang point is, despite our doubts, you are confident that you have a plan in place?
Yes.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
can we ask the Department of Migrant Workers here,
Salamat.
their position on this? Is there like a plan, I mean, a grand plan to evacuate? Yung sinasabi ni Madam Chair na 180,000. I mean,
Parang ganun eh.
saan natin
Ilan ba talaga? Ilan na ba ngayon?
Yeah, yung figures nyo, ilan ho talaga ang Pilipino ho doon sa Taiwan?
Okay. Good morning po, Madam Chair and
Yes,
members
you're
of the Honorable
recognized. Is that
Committee.
Director Padaen? Or Yusek Olalia? Sino sasagot po?
Either po, kahit po.
Sige po, si Yusek na lang. I would defer to my boss.
Sige po. Tama po kayo, Madam Senator and Senator Tulfo, no? Marami po tayong mga kababayang nagtatrabaho sa Taiwan. 169,000 plus po ang ating documented OFWs, no? Karamihan po doon, 84% are factory workers. And this is by virtue of an agreement that was executed between the Department of Labor before, sometime in 1999, and the Ministry of Labor in Taiwan po, no? At may mga caretakers din po tayo doon at patuloy po tayong nagpapadala base po doon sa agreement po natin.
Meron po tayo, hindi lang siguro nyo mai-discuss dito, pero are you sure na yung plano ho ninyo will be sufficient na just in case, wag naman hari nawa, wag naman ho mangyari, nagkagulo ho yan at nagka-gera dyan, maiuwi ho ba natin sa isang iglap or it will take days? Kung days lang ho, kung titignan mo sa liit ho ng Taiwan, Diyos ko po, baka sa loob lang ng 5 oras, 8 oras, nadurog na ho yung bansa na yan. So yun ang position natin. Ang tanong po namin, how can we bring them back home? 169,000 po yan. Lahat na siguro ng barko natin, pati mga kumpit, mga lancha, balsa, dalhin na natin, pero hindi pa rin natin siguro kakayanin yung 180,000 na yan, Madam Chair.
Yeah, tulad po ng sinabi ng ating magiting po na secretary, no, meron po tayong contingency plan and we can discuss the details in executive session po, no. We can activate this at any point in time whenever there is an urgency to repatriate yung ating pong mga Pilipinong nagtatrabaho po doon, no. So meron po kaming crisis management team at ito po ay in place na. There's a structure that we'll just have to follow. Yung alert level crisis po natin, nandyan po tayo at handa po tayo.
Ayokong pumasok sa detalya. Ang gusto ko lang malaman, sapat ba, sinasabi nyo may plano, sapat ba yung barko? May bilang kayo ng barko, na-name na ninyo yung mga private, commercial vessels, pati yung Navy, ilan lang ng barko, Coast Guard, ang liliit. May bilang na kayo ng mga barko o eroplano? May pondong nakalaan para rito. Malaki-laking lipatan to. Sangkatutak na bakwit to. Hindi biro-biro. Ilan lang ang naglipat nung Marawi siege nung umpisa. Hirap na sa tabi pa lamang. Ang hirap ng bakwit, promise.
Madam Chair.
Secretary Lazaro po. Ayan?
I think sabi po ni DMW meron pong pondo. Pangalawa ho is that hindi naman
Teka. Umiiling si Yusek Olalia. Wala raw silang pondo.
Ma'am, there is an allocation.
Ang alam ko, walang pondo.
Ma-
Saan yung pondo? Ang liit ng pondo ng department po
Okay.
ninyo.
Ang UWA po ay meron pong tinatawag na emergency repatriation fund.
Magkano?
Opo. Hindi ko lang po alam yung
Ang
exact
alam
figures.
ko, 20,
And then sa DMW po, meron din po kaming action fund.
hindi, kasi may 20 million lamang ang DFA. Magkano yung sa inyo?
Sa action fund po, 1.2 po yung for 2025 and then may
1.2.
continuing budget po kami na mahigit
1.2
billion po.
billion for repatriation specific.
Kasama po ang repatriation expense sa action fund ng DMW.
Pero lahat-lahat na yon, sakop na yung mga rescue, pagsasagip, yung mga legal and medical problems, di ba kasama lahat doon?
Opo.
Kaya nga, bali todo yun, halos lahat ng MOE ninyo yun eh. So, I think hindi sapat. Hindi, kasi papasok kami sa budget time. Dapat maglaan ng pondo para rito, hindi ba klaro? Secretary Lazaro. Mahina kayo, dapat humingi kayo kagad. Andito mga senador.
Totoo po yun, Madam Chair. Kaya lang po siguro, kaya nga contingency. Meron kaming contingency fund. Meron silang pera. Meron din po kaming for assistance to nationals, which is quite, of course, tama yung sinabi nyo, sa pangkalahatan yun. However, yung contingency plan naman po is, that's in partnership with our security agencies.
Naku, ilan lang ang barko ng Navy natin, pati Coast Guard, maawa ka.
And
Tama si Senator Tulfo, isang idlip lang baka ubus na
pero
ang Taiwan.
meron
Paano
din po
yan?
namang kasing kaya nga po gusto namin i-discuss ito sa sa executive session kasi
Hindi,
may-
itatanong ko lang,
Apo.
diretso lang to. Is it an option? Palibasa, kinikilala pa rin natin ang One China policy. Hindi ba pwedeng bumunta sa Taiwan diretso at sabihin i-repatriate ang mga Pilipino? Magpatulong. Kasama ba yun? Nagtatrabaho sila dun nakikinabang sila sa hirap ng mga Pilipino doon. Dahil during the Iran-Iraq war, I was fully aware that my mother actually called Prime Minister Tariq Aziz and urged that the Filipinos be helped to come home. And they actually chartered an airplane or 2 airplanes to bring back the Filipinos. So, parang kabaliwan, pero nangyayari talaga yan. Kung kaibigan natin ang Taiwan at nais nilang tumulong, abay tumulong sila. Or, kinakailangan ba dumaan sa Beijing? Kung One China at ang Beijing ang kinikilala natin, patulong kaya tayo sa Beijing, iuwi muna nila
Madam Chair,
bago magkagulo.
I defer to MECO Chair. Baka may
Hala, Beijing na ang pinag-uusapan.
kung Beijing ho, I mean
Ba't kung hindi magpatulong? Kung kinikilala natin, may diplomatic
We can-
ties, may One China policy, lahat binibigay natin. Tumulong naman silang ilabas yung mga Pilipino.
to that
Pwede ba yun?
question we can do that. Bakit naman
Pwede
hindi?
yun, ba't
Opo,
hindi, di
Pwede
ba?
ho, pwede ho. Because may mekanismo nga kami. And then this can be an issue for
At wala nang
discussion.
ibang nakakaalam kung kailan magkakagulo, kundi yung mga Amerikano at yung mga Chinese, di ba?
Correct.
So dapat sila yung tumulong.
Thank you for that because that can be one of
Medyo
our
kabaliwan, pero
agenda.
nangyari na kasi.
Yeah,
May experience
true.
kaming ganyan. At si Miss Maralit po, meron kayong maidadagdag tungkol sa Taiwan? Tutulong kaya sila na iuwi yung mga Pilipino? Kasi nagdududa ako na kukulangin tayo, mahihirapan tayo.
Ma'am, as per our may contingency plan po ang MECO. Currently
Ayun
in-update.
na nga, wala namang barko, wala namang pera.
Wala nga lang nga po talagang budget na na-approve for that. Although may mechanism po na in place under the contingency plan to enable us to directly coordinate with the officials there para in case na magkaroon tayo ng need to evacuate.
Okay, ang problema ng Taiwan, hindi umiikot lamang sa mga OFW ng mga Pilipino doon. At pinoproblema ko pa rin itong One China policy and the statement, in fact, from the executive that the Philippines will inevitably get involved. Now, in what way will the Philippines get involved? Let's clarify, kasi will the Philippines be a party to that conflict? And it's undeniable that we are very, very close. I say that as an Ilocano, where Kaohsiung is 400 kilometers away from us, whereas Manila is 500 plus kilometers. We receive notice from them even before we get any help from Metro Manila. We share the same typhoons. We share the same section of two oceans. So, ang sasabihin ko, it's undeniable because of this geographical, physical location that we will somehow be dragged into the conflict. But the question arises that we have an MDT, Mutual Defense Treaty, with the United States. So it covers all armed attacks, as I understand it, on armed forces, public vessels, aircraft, territories, islands, and so on. And are we therefore saying, because of the MDT, if there is an armed conflict between China and the US over Taiwan, a vessel or an aircraft of the US is attacked while in the Pacific, hindi yun nagpapatrol, yun nangyari nung August, kundi talagang it is attacked in the Pacific, will this inevitably trigger the MDT, Article 5? Kasi napakaliwanag niyan. I'd like to inquire from any legal, the secretary from DFA. Is there a categorical answer?
Madam Chair,
Yes po.
your question is may be rhetorical, it may be a possibility, but it is not automatic. My knowledge of FDT. There
Yes,
is a
please.
process that
Yes.
will be employed.
What's the process that you are referring to po?
One is a discussion between the two governments, the Philippines, of course, and the United States, and that will be on operational and ministerial levels. And of course, there is also the Congress, the congressional approval. So it is not as if we can just invoke. But I stand. This is the little knowledge that I have. Perhaps our experts. It must be the armed forces or the DND.
Yes, that's
will be
right.
in a better
Unfortunately, they didn't turn up, as the
Yes.
secretary is well aware. But it's quite alarming. We have several articles in the MDT that continue to bother all of us. As you know, there is no exception indicated here. The MDT will apply if either party, the Philippines or the US, gets involved, for example, in the internal matter of another country like China. And in the meantime, gets its ship, aircraft, or armed forces attacked. With the way the MDT is stated, there's no exception at all. As long as one of the parties, Philippines or US, is attacked in the Pacific, the MDT is automatically triggered. Ang liwanag eh. Kasi narito talaga, as long as the territorial integrity, political independence, or security is threatened by an external armed attack in the Pacific. Paulit-ulit to eh, di ba? An armed attack on the metropolitan territory, on island territories, armed forces, public vessels, aircraft. Damay na yung Pilipinas niyan. We are required to come to the assistance of the United States. Is that correct?
Madam Chair, I know that this issue of the invocation of the MDT is a subject of discussions of the two SNDs. I mean, the two secretaries of
Yes, it's a
national
very,
defense.
very old treaty from the
Yes.
1950s, so
Uh-huh.
inevitably it
And
has to
I
change.
would really leave it to the better, I mean, the discussions and the process itself with the Department of National Defense, because they've
Yes,
been
but we
discussing this
haven't
issue.
made much progress. We have been urging the American embassy as well as the DFA to come out with annexes or perhaps a detailed um, explanation, some protocols, because this is so alarming.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is clearly Cold War language and cannot be read except in the context of the Cold War. Nevertheless, with what's happening and the escalating tensions in the Taiwan Straits, we can hardly be blamed for being alarmed.
Mhm.
So ano kayang magagawa? Kasi with the Philippines, on its face, on the reading of the MDT, di ba, the language of the treaty, will the Philippines be in breach of its treaty obligations under the MDT if we refuse to lend aid to the U.S. in case of conflict in Taiwan? Can we justify non-compliance to the MDT in the context of a conflict over Taiwan on the ground that it would violate what we recognize as our one China policy?